everybody. Hi, it's Nettie, and I'm back. Yes, I did miss last week. I think that was the first time that I've ever missed. And I just want to put it out there and thank all of you that sent me private well wishes and hope that I was feeling better. It must have worked because here I am. I'm back, and I'm feeling great about tonight. And but I just want to welcome you all here. And if you're new to this hangout, please introduce yourself in the chat roll because the girls that are already in there and the guys that are already in there, they're very friendly. They don't bite and they want to say hi to you, and so do we. And we do this for all of you to motivate you, to inspire you, to get you through the next week because we will be back next Monday again. But right now a lot of you are, questioning it. So when we do a hangout, this is what it's all about. It's all about doing it for you, the doer, the dreamer, the entrepreneur. So sit back, take notes if you want to tonight. These are recorded, so you can go back and watch it again. And but I hope you enjoy it. We're going to talk tonight about how to unleash your vibe to attract your tribe. Now, I took a little bit of a different approach to this because I'm going to leave the training up to the girls in a few minutes. I'm not going to take long, but I just was thinking about this and I thought a lot of you out there, maybe you don't even know what a tribe is or what your vibe is. That's where I was a couple of years ago. I mean, yeah, I wanted to get into this business. I wanted to do it, but a tribe or a vibe, like, what's that all about? I just want to make money, okay? Well, it didn't take me long to find out that that's not how this business works. So I want to ask you something. To get to where you are going, you have to know where you are. That's a pretty big, deep sentence. To get to where you're going, you have to know where you are. And 2 years ago, I was lost. I was lost. Are you lost? You know, I think we can all admit at some one time or another that we've been lost, and it's not a pleasant feeling, is it? I mean, you feel helpless, you feel out of control, you feel scared. I remember one night I was driving home from work and I had stayed late. This was back quite a few years ago, and part of my ride home went through part of the city. And I was really new, really new. I didn't know one area to another area, and I really needed gas. And I had to go off the highway that I was on and go down another few roads, and I found this gas station. And this was before GPS in a car. Anyways, I got the gas, and I got back in the car, and I was distorted. I thought, I don't know where I am. I'm lost. And I got a little bit overwhelmed because I was a little bit frightened. Sam was away. He was on the road. So I called one of my coworkers and I said, I don't know where I am. Can you help me? Can you guide me back to the highway? And she said, well, okay, tell me the first street sign that you see. Tell me the name of it. And I read it to her, and she said, oh, get out of there now. And I said, but the light's red. And she said, run it. And I remember thinking, oh my God, this is scary being lost like this. But anyways, it all turned out fine and everything. But that's why I want you to think where you are right now. I don't mean in your city. I don't mean in your country. I mean in your mind. Where are you right now? So to help you answer this question, or to help you solve this, let me put it that way, help you solve where you're at right now, I am going to ask you 3 questions, and I want you to answer it as honest as you can. Nobody needs to know, okay, how you answer it, and 1 to 10, okay? That's what I want you to answer, 1 being the lowest and 10 being the absolute highest. So the first question I want to ask you is, how are you doing physically? 1 being your scales beg for mercy, and 10, you're ready to compete in a marathon. If that was me answering that, I would say yeah, I'm probably about a 6 right now. I've been working at it, but I was driving home again the other night and I saw this dude running down the road and he didn't have a shirt on, and oh my God, he was just ripped. Woo! But he was like chiseled like a Greek god. Yeah, and I thought, well, I'm kind of chiseled like an Asian god, Buddha, you know. But I've just thrown that out there. I'm getting better. But second question, I want you to answer that honestly, okay? Like, how are you doing physically? Now, the second question is, how are you doing emotionally? Like, are you at one where it's like, if one more thing happens, if one more thing doesn't work out, if one more time I get stuck in traffic, if one more thing my boss doesn't appreciate me? Or are you at 10 where you like this happy song going on in your head all the time? And if you've got that going on, trust me, I'd like to buy a pound of whatever it is that you've got so that I know how to be happy all the time. I don't think anybody can be happy all the time. And I'd say really in my life right now, I'm about a 7. I have some work, but I'd say I'm about a 7. And number 3 is, how good of a person are you? Number 1 being your Hitler. Number 10 being Jesus. Those are pretty big bookends, right? So now that you've wrote it down, and maybe you're wondering where I'm going with this, it's so important because I am going to tell you how I was 2 years ago before I found my tribe. I was probably a negative 233. I mean, honest to God, I was broken physically. To put it bluntly, I was a couch potato. I didn't care. I couldn't be bothered. It was like, what's the sense? I was really broken. And emotionally, I was a very angry and sad soul. I couldn't see any way out of my unhappy environment that I was in at the time. I felt worthless. I felt unappreciative. I honestly felt there was no purpose to my life. So, as far as being a good person, I was a good person back then, but I knew I could be a better person. I just knew it, but I didn't know how until I found my tribe. You know, I've heard it said like before that there's 2 important days in your life, and the first one is the day that you're born, and the second is the day you discover why you were born. And there's 3 things that happen in the life of every person when they find the meaning of their life and your tribe. And this is according to the book of Nettie. Okay, this is what I think happens. The first one is when you find a group of people and a tribe that are there for you, that always have your back, that advise you through everything, that console you when you need it, that praise you when you've succeeded on something. Okay, there are 3 P's that happen, and the first one is peace. I mean, peace with your mind and peace in your life, and yes, even peace all around you in that world that's all we ever want, isn't it? And when you are surrounded with a group of people that look at the world like that, you can't help but have peace. And the second P is purpose. Have you ever gone with not knowing what you want to do with your life? Like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And I wonder how many of you out there, maybe went to college, and while you're in college, you changed your major once, maybe twice, maybe even more times than that, because you didn't know what you wanted to do. And I can remember, honest to God, I swear, I can remember my entire life saying, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. And it took me 64 freaking years to figure it out. So all the rest of you out there, heck, you're way ahead of me on that. you know, how I wish I could have found this like 20 to 25 years ago, but I can't go back. So I'm packing all of this happiness and all of this works and this. I want to help as many people as I can into the years that I have left. And by gosh, I will do it. The third P, we've had peace, we've had purpose, and the third P is a place in the world. Do you want to have a place in this world that you're remembered by? See, I'm a storyteller, and my mission is to help you become storytellers, especially your own story, because people buy you and your story. They do not buy your product. Trust me when I tell you that. So I want to teach people how to create a driveway moment story. And you're probably all going, what's she talking about? What in the world is a driveway moment story? Well, let me explain. Imagine you've just driven back from the supermarket with your groceries. You've been shopping, and in that you got a tub of ice cream. And you've been listening to a radio station and a person telling a story on your way home. And you park in your driveway, but you don't open the car door. You're glued to the seat in your car. I've done that. The reason you can't budge is because you're locked into a story that's unfolding on the car radio, and you stay in your car to hear the story to the very, very end. And then it ends, and you realize that you've completely forgotten about the ice cream, which has been sitting there melting. When you have a driveway moment, you often don't realize that you're sitting in your driveway. You drive home on automatic pilot. You're engrossed in the story, and either you're sort of unaware that you're sitting there, or you're just aware of how silly it is to be sitting there in a parked car, but you can't pull yourself away. So that's where I'm at. I have come from not knowing any peace and purpose and place in the world to absolutely having it all right now. I am so flippin' happy with the way my life is going. And you know what got me there? My tribe got me there. And they taught me how to unleash my vibe to everybody else. And that's what I'm doing with my storytelling, okay? That's my tribe. I guarantee you I would have not gotten there if I didn't have the tribe that I'm with right now, the Total Inspired Living Tribe. I'm telling you, they're the best. They are the best. So I know what you're probably saying right now. I'm just going to get everything in my life cleaned up first before I make any kind of a change. Well, do you clean up to take a bath? I don't think so. So why in the world would you do it if you want to get your life cleaned up? You can't clean it up. That's like cleaning the house before the housekeeper comes, you know? Or you're going to say, I'm just going to wait. Well, let me ask you a question. And in the infamous words of Dr. Phil, has that been working for you? Because we always think the next season or the next phase in our life is going to be awesome. But the next thing never does deliver, does it? Just doesn't. So, in closing, I'm just going to say this. Thank you, gang. Thank you to my tribe. You're my world. You've changed my world. You rock my world. And to the rest of you out there that are sitting on the fence about getting into a tribe, I'm going to say there is no better day in your life to make a change than today. So that's about all I've got to say, gang. And I'm going to move it right along right now, and I'm going to hand it over to Shirley May.
Thanks, Nettie. And I just want to say I'm really glad that you talked about your vibe, because I heard a statistic. I'm not sure exactly what it was. I think it was 97%, maybe 90% of all communication is nonverbal, right? So even on Facebook, even on online social media, the person's not there beside you reading your body language, but they catch on what your vibe is, right? So it's really important, like Nettie said, to find out who you are, what you stand for, because you're going to start attracting people based on what your vibe is. So thank you for covering that. And I am going to go over some slides, but before I start, I just want to share with you a bit about who I am. My name is Shirley May, and if you were on last week's Hangout, I went through an exercise about speaking to your customer avatar. So this is kind of going to be part 2 of that. It's going to go along with that. It was a really powerful exercise because like we talked about before, until you know who you are and what your passions are, you cannot attract your own tribe, right? So moving into that, I'm just going to share my screen, if I can find the button. There we go. Nettie, do you know if it's shared desktop? Is that the right window to select? Just want to double check.
I'm sorry, I was muted and I was trying to talk to you. It is
share entire screen, I think.
Okay, I will do that.
Yeah, screen share. It's the green one?
Yep. So I think you guys can see me. I'm talking to Nettie right now. So I'm just going to go to my desktop and go right into the slides. So can you guys all see a black slide that says Unleash Your Vibe to Attract Your Tribe?
We can. Can you enlarge that? Can you make it full screen?
I'm going to hit play, so it's going to start.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so the title for tonight's training is Unleash Your Vibe to Attract Your Tribe. And what I specifically want to talk about is a 5-step formula to finding your tribe on Facebook. This is specifically on Facebook because this is what I've used. I don't have any authority to talk on any other social media. So Facebook is what I chose to use, and it's all I can share with you. So the first thing is to get clear on what your interests are or passions, right? You want to narrow it down based on 2 things: how much passion you have for it and the number of other people also interested in that passion, right? Sometimes not many people are interested in the same things you are. So it's got to be that you love it, and there's got to also be enough people interested in it as well. So ask yourself these 3 questions. How much fun do I have with this passion? 10 out of 10, right? 1 out of 10, up to 10 out of 10. Because if I had to devote a lot of extra time knowing more about my passion and becoming an expert in this passion, would it still be fun, right? The reason it has to be fun is you're going to quit if it isn't fun for you, right? That is not okay. It has to be fun. You have to love what you're passionate about. And the last thing, is it general enough that there will be other people who have the same passion? I talked about it in our last hangout. My passion is distressed furniture, bulldogs, and marketing, right? I had to make sure that there were enough people interested in my passion before I went out and did Facebook ads, right? The second thing is what sort of problems arise around it, right? For instance, if you like knitting or bulldogs or distressed furniture, maybe some of the problems around that passion would be you don't have time. You don't have as much time as you would like to spend on your passions, or you don't have the money to spend on your passions. Bulldogs, for instance, are very expensive. And bulldog owners I've talked to don't have the money that they would like to spend on their bulldogs. That is a problem that people who have the same passion as me have. Number 3, find out where the people who have the same passions as you hang out. So you can go on Google and you can Google bulldog forums, right, or whatever passion you have. Or you can find Facebook groups. I'm going to show you at the end of these slides exactly how to do that right in Facebook. Number 4, do they have the same problems with their passion as you do? Can they relate to your problems, or do they have different ones? Do a ton of live research to find out what they most need help with, and get them talking about how that problem makes them feel. You can get people to really tear up when they start talking about how much they love bulldogs and how much they don't have money to play with their bulldogs and buy them toys and whatever it is, right? People get really emotional when they talk about the problems they have around what they're passionate about. Number 5, strategize on a way that you can solve their problems and bridge it to your offer. Take all the research you did and start setting up a Facebook ad. Speak directly to their pain points. And this is the key thing. You can go out and set up Facebook ads and throw poop against the wall and see if it sticks and see what works. But if you don't do the research first, you are guaranteeing your Facebook ad to fail, right? You've got to set up your Facebook ad with the intention of helping people and knowing what their problems are. So to help yourself become more familiar with this type of thinking, scroll on purpose. And what do I mean by that? Be aware of the ads that are on your newsfeed. Why? It's because once you develop a thirst for learning and understanding your target audience better and how to serve them, nothing can stop you. You can watch all the training in the world on the correct way to set up Facebook ads, but until you develop this hunger for helping people, for serving, that is when you become a great marketer. That is when your ads start getting leads and your leads start joining your team. It's not by learning the greatest and best Facebook ad strategies, although that's helpful, right? But it's when you open your eyes and you start caring. You start noticing the comments of people hurting, right? If you don't know how to help people, start listening and they will tell you. I used to scroll Facebook for hours. This was when I went to bed or when I got up in the morning. I did anything to escape whatever pain I was going through that day. So whether it was procrastinating on my business, yeah, I'm not proud to do that, right? Or a workout, I'm not proud to do that either. But I do it sometimes. And I did it to numb out. And then I realized how many other people were on Facebook and they were doing the same thing, scrolling, avoiding their life. I began to notice the power of targeting, and this is when I started getting super passionate about it. I began to stop scrolling and start clicking. I started clicking on ads that were solving my problems. Some of those ads were done very well. The people writing them had gone through the same things I did, and I wondered how that came to be. How did they know to target me? And this is what I'm going to cover in these slides. Yeah, I wasn't clicking to buy anything. I started doing it just to learn the process. I clicked on some very good ads and some not so good. Throughout it all, I learned that the good ads all followed the same 5-step process that I just got done sharing with you. You got to get passionate about something. You got to find other people who also are. Solve their problems, speak their language, whatever pain they have, they will stop scrolling and click if you really start caring about them. This is the basis for setting up Facebook ads, people. Here's a little secret I stumbled onto that I haven't heard anyone else teach on, and I'm only sharing this with you because I really want you to succeed. And it starts by being observant of what your ideal customer is literally telling you that they want. Here's how to really scroll on purpose. Here's how to tap into what your competition is doing, who they are targeting, and why. Okay, so this is a screenshot I took. I take tons of screenshots of ads just so I can observe them and learn from them. So what you do is you click in the top right-hand corner. There's a little arrow. And let's just read this Facebook ad real quick. So Aline Harris says, trouble finding your dream clients and building your list? I'm going to show you step by step how to create Facebook ads yourself in 5 minutes or less. The reason this ad was attractive to me was because at the time I seen it, I was struggling with Facebook ads. And the idea that I could create one in 5 minutes or less, I wanted that so badly. I had trouble building my list. And in the continue reading part, she really hits on some emotional pain points that I had around creating Facebook ads. So this was a good ad for me to click on. The next thing you do is you click here, all the way down where it says, why am I seeing this? And then, bingo, this is what I want you to focus on when you see ads in your newsfeed, right? One of the reasons you're seeing this ad is because Aline Harris wants to reach people interested in IKR social media. IKR social media is a fan page that I liked. Okay, this is it. So how is this on purpose? You can ask yourself questions like, if she targeted me because I like this page, why did she think I would click? So there must be something about that fan page that I liked that she thought she could help solve a problem, right? Does she think people like this page because some of them have a problem she can solve? Was this a good ad? Do I have a problem her ad could solve for me? Or was she way off in assuming this about me? These are questions that you should be asking when you're being observant. If I were her, how would I have worded her ad differently to get me to buy? Which pages can I target that the most amount of people will click? This is all questions that you will have answers for once you start being observant. Right, here is a Facebook research example. I belong to a lot of groups, and I specifically belong to groups that people hang out in that have the same passion as me. This group is passionate about blogging, about marketing, about online stuff. So this is the status I wrote. I would love to see your beautiful blogs. If it is allowed, leave me a link below or PM me. I am a lover of all things blog, words, seeing where people create their hub and what they're masters at. Right? So my interest is blogs, right? I'm asking what their problems are. And I'm listing a couple examples for them to tell me what their top 3 challenges are. Right? And guess what? I got 58 comments. This is 58 people who are in my passion, who are telling me what their problems are and literally telling me the exact words that I need to put on my Facebook ad. They're saying things like, I am so frustrated and burnt out with lead generation. I am overwhelmed and crying and tearing my hair out with keyword research. Okay, they're telling me exactly what words to put in my Facebook ad. So that's why it's important to, when you're setting up a Facebook ad, to first do some research. And I'm going to show you at the end of these slides exactly what kind of groups I belong in and how you can find groups of your own. Right? So this training was going to be about Facebook ads, and it still is. But I realized that all you would ever want to learn about setting up Facebook ads is already out there on YouTube. And again, it's in our back office. As Nettie said, tonight is the best night to join. Today is the best day to make a decision to get involved with our tribe and what we're doing. Okay? If you do everything right, if you choose all the right objectives and follow all the steps, you may still not have a successful ad if you haven't done what I'm talking about tonight, which is research and getting in the minds of the people that you want to help. So the best advice I can give you about Facebook ads is this. Follow the 5-step formula. Start observing what you see around you. Start caring. Make 20 Facebook ads that all flop. Get up and try one more time. It's not a question if you're doing everything right or not. It's if your ad is being seen by the right people. And now I'm going to end this presentation and go into some live stuff on Facebook to share with you. A secret tool to tap into audiences of people you could never find on your own. And I'm also going to show you how to restructure a failing Facebook ad. So I'm just going to go over to my screen. If any of you ladies can't see me, just make sure to break in at any time and tell me you can't see what I'm doing. So the first thing, the secret tool to tap into audiences of people you can never find on your own. Here's an example. I'm on.
Okay, sorry, it just took a minute to catch up early. Yeah.
Thanks, Nettie.
Okay.
So when you're setting up your Facebook ad and you don't know who to target, here's how. Here's a secret tool. When you like a page, guess what happens? Facebook comes up and they tell you more pages you may like. So this also works when you're trying to find pages to target. You're like, well, I know Marie Forleo, whatever, right? But you may want to know other pages like Marie Forleo who are smaller. So there's Elizabeth Gilbert, Ina Garten, Sean T, Oprah, Huffington Post. These are all ideas when this is a secret tool that you can use to find more pages that you can't come up with on your own, and they're at the blink of an eye. You can scroll and they're all there. You can go to tons of pages, like if you want to target Tony Robbins, and you're like, well, not Tony Robbins, I want to find pages who are like Tony Robbins. then you go to his page, you like it, and then you get all the extra ideas there. Okay, I'm now going to go into real quickly a Facebook ad, because the tribe talked about it tonight. We want to show you how easy it is to set up an ad in like less than 5 minutes. Okay, so you go to your ads manager, and how to get there is you go here and you click down on create ads. Okay, and that brings you to this page. Okay, so the ones I focus on are boost your posts and send people to your website. These are the only two I worry about. The other ladies may know more about the other objectives. This is all I really focus on. So we're going to choose this one just for example. I'm just going to pick a site. This is how easy it is to get into it. Okay? You pick your locations. I usually do Canada, United States, and so on. I have about 5 that I pick. And you just add them there. And it's really important to pick English-speaking countries. So that would be Canada, US, UK, you know, Switzerland, that kind of thing. So this is the part where I want to get into how to restructure a failing Facebook ad. When you set up one ad, you will pick the target, the age group of your target market. Let's say it's 20 to 35. And let's say you think it's women. Let's say you think it's, let's pick this page to target. Okay, if this ad would flop for me right now, guess what I would do, right? This is how to restructure a failing Facebook ad. You make a second ad and you change the age. You change it from 35 to 50. Maybe you pick men. You pick, you keep the interest the same because you want to see if there's any way that you can make this Dani Johnson Facebook ad work by just changing the age, changing the gender. Okay. You set your budget to however much you can spend a day. So $5, $2. I don't think it can go under $1. You can set a start and an end date. This is how easy it is, guys. Okay. This is where you put the image. I'll just keep this one in here for now. And at the very bottom, this is the most exciting part. It shows you in real time how your ad's going to look. So you put in your headline. Let's say I Googled English Bulldogs, right? This is a forum. Some of the people's problems on here with English Bulldogs are that they cost a lot and they have problems with wrinkles. So I'll go into download my free ebook. Trouble training learn how in 2 weeks. Okay, so I am talking to the problems that Bulldog owners have. I'm giving them something of value, and here it shows up. This is how the ad's going to look. So I should probably have a picture of a bulldog here, right? So just pretend that that's what it is. And then I would choose the button. You can choose any one. For this one, it would make sense to download it. Okay, and it's just going to tell you that it's shown in the mobile, the desktop, and I usually remove this one. And that's it. You place the order, and I think it's taken us about 3 minutes to create this ad. If this ad doesn't work, all you do is you change the gender, you change the interest, and you can play around with the mobile and the desktop. So that's literally how simple it is to create an ad. It really comes down to looking at your numbers and seeing what worked and what didn't work and playing around with it. All the training in the world, like I said, isn't going to save you. The only thing that is going to help you the most is by you playing around with it on your own and seeing what works and what doesn't work. Here is a Facebook group that I'm a part of. It's called The Spiritual Entrepreneurs. And here is how I find more groups to join that have the same passion. So you scroll down by the side of the group, and Facebook suggests groups, right? So I might join this one, I might join this one, right? And I'll go in those groups and I'll ask questions, and I'll start to get the feeling of how these people feel about their problems, and I'll literally go in and I'll create a Facebook ad that talks about it. And in this ebook that I'm giving away, I'll give them what they want. I'll give them everything that I can give them that'll help them. And then I bridge them over to what I'm selling, which is probably something we can cover in another training. So I'm going to actually shut this down right now for some questions. If you guys have any questions, I'm going to stop screen sharing. I think I've covered everything that I said I would. I've covered the secret tool. I've covered what to do to restructure a Facebook ad, use split test, and I'm just going to go over and see if there's any questions. Nettie, you can take the floor.
Okay, well, while you're looking at if there's any questions, Shirley May, I'm going to get Morgan on so that she can explain a little bit further in depth.
Hi guys. Sorry if you hear some screaming in the background, it's because I've got the babies home today, and my husband is home and he's just trying to feed them lunch, and it's a little bit of a disaster. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go over a training about what to do when you get your account shut down. So some of you, this might be a little bit in the future for you, but it doesn't mean that you won't need it, and you won't actually need to use this in the future. So I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, can you see that?
Yeah, we're good, Morgan. We can see it.
You're good, okay. Okay, so right, so Facebook Business Manager. Okay, so if your Facebook account has been shut down, then this is the training for you. Let's see what I've got here. Okay, so basically my message for you today is that on Facebook, and I just absolutely love, I just want to say I absolutely love what Shirley shared. Completely accurate and just...
Just a minute, Morgan. Has somebody got their right there? We're good now.
Darling, you might have to hold them on the couch. You might have to just hold them. I'm just going on now. Oh, can you hear me, Nettie?
Yes,
hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you,
okay.
Morgan.
Okay, I'm finding it a little bit difficult because I've got both babies crying, but I'm just going to do my best. Okay, so basically, when you're marketing on Facebook, you need to have something on the front end. You can't bring your opportunity to the table when you're marketing on Facebook. So that causes quite a few issues because people that are just beginning in online marketing with the opportunities, they don't realize this, and they think they just get to market the opportunities on Facebook. But really, what you need to do is you need to bring something. Can you guys actually hear me with the babies there or not?
We can hear you fine, Morgan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Sorry, they're both crying, so I'm just finding it hard to. I'm just going to try and move.
Just talk as fast as you can, darling.
I'm just going to move into another room. Hang on. Okay, I've locked myself in my bedroom. Let's see if this works. Okay, so basically, okay, so this is what you did before you got your account shut down. So I'm talking about myself. So basically, a year and a half ago when I started doing my Facebook marketing and I was using my opportunity on the front end, perhaps with an ebook about my story, I got my account shut down. Okay, so this is what we used to do: advertise your opportunity on the front end, an ad with a simple capture page, a bridge video, and a sales video. So your bridge video was you talking, and then it led to, for us, it would be the iPass video or the Empower Network video. too many ads too soon, so you'd make 10 ads at once and they'd all be the same, and then because they all got declined, it's a red flag and they just shut your account down. And then as soon as your ads get declined, you just re-put them up with the same URLs in the same funnel that you made using your your lead pages or your ClickFunnels. And the language that I used to use, scarcity, emotional triggers, MLM, home-based business type language. And I'm going to show you some of the old ads I used to do. And the pictures were just too spammy, too bold. Okay, so I got away with these ads for a few months, but after a while, not so much. Okay, so this is an example of an ad that I did get approved, and then it just got my account shut down. So Paige is my middle name, so I did it under that. Working mum, are you stressed and fragile, trying to be everything to everyone? So my target market was stay-at-home mums. I'd made an ebook, so I wasn't just sending them straight to the sales page. I'd actually made an ebook about my story and giving them some type of value, and it led to the sales page in the ebook. But it's still not enough. Okay, it's still, that type of ad is still considered by Facebook. You might get away with it for a short amount of time, but eventually they are going to catch up with you. And if you want to be a sustainable business in the long term, you have to think of something that's going to go on your front end to actually get people in, and then you actually sell them through email marketing. So this is another one. So I was obviously targeting Marie Forleo's Facebook fan page, and I mean, this is all, it's not, I wouldn't say it's good stuff, but it's the stuff that wouldn't it be great to build a business like she has? That's exactly what we're trying to do, right? Online marketing. And this is all true. I was a stressed out lawyer working full time. It's all true stuff, but it screams of home-based business, and it's just not, it's not okay. So you just can't, that's basically, don't do it like that. Okay, so the new Facebook, the new marketer 2015 is a new start. So this is an ad I did that worked really, really, really well for me. And basically I was targeting, I basically discovered that network marketers have a huge issue with coming online. They do most of their marketing offline at home parties, or they do it online to such a small degree with status updates on Facebook or a few Instagram posts, but they don't know how to build a list. They don't know how to do blogging. They don't know how to build a real sustainable online presence, which is really the backbone of any business these days. Okay, so I found that problem, and that was my problem that I for my target market. So I decided I would target network marketers, and I would send, because my product is perfect for them, the iPass system or the Empower Network blogging system is perfect for network marketers, and they can use it alongside their current business. So I basically made this ebook, 21 specific strategies to get more people interested in you, your products, and your company. In these ebooks, you can make hundreds of them. It's like every day or every week we're learning new things. We can implement. We can just write it in ebook form. It's not hard to pay somebody $5 on Fiverr to make a cover, and it looks very professional. You can get headers and footers and numbers on the pages all done. And it actually teaches you as you go. So even if you think you don't know anything, learn something from a training in the back office and implement it into an ebook, and that can be your hook on the front end. And this is a good example of wording as well, because I got this ad did really, really well. My capture page was, which I don't actually have on the slide, that was like converting at something ridiculous like 50%. And these words, and I was getting leads for like 45 cents, which was really, really awesome. And over time, the lead price went up as the ad was shown to many people, and I had to can the ad after a while. But this is a type of language you can use. Okay, so I think in this particular ad, I was targeting the Direct Selling Association or Direct Selling magazine or something like that. So it's kind of hooking them in straight away. Direct selling should not be about hounding family and friends, because that's exactly what people do, right? That's like what they do. So when they read that, they think, oh God, that's what I'm doing, Then they go down. If you want to stand out in your company, you need a few tools in your arsenal, and it just makes them think, this book could really, really help me, and it does have some awesome strategies in it. So that opt in, and then I would be able to get on with the email marketing, sending them value to help them in their current business. Sending them to hangouts like this, sending them to my own private hangouts, my own videos, my blogs. A couple of call to action, story-based emails in there as well. So it's worked really, really well. And if you want to seriously use Facebook as a long-term strategy to get leads for your business, things need to change. When using other platforms, Instagram, yes, you can lead your subscribers directly to your opportunity, but not here. So this is the same for network marketing. So if you're in an offline network marketing company, say you're in Isagenix or Isagenix, you could do Facebook ads and build a list, but on the front end of the Facebook ad, you would give away like a free ebook giving away 10 healthy recipes to lose 2 pounds in 2 weeks, or whatever. And that would be a hook, because somebody who you're targeting is wanting to lose weight and get healthy, which is your product on the back end is the Isagenix shakes, which help them to get healthy. And then you're going to get them into your funnel and you're going to sell them with email marketing and send them your value. And that's the way to do it to be a sustainable business. You can't just go out there and do a Facebook ad for Isagenix and say, buy these shakes, because it's not going to get approved and people aren't gonna go there. So next one, what's your objective? Design a business concept where you can bring targeted people who you think will be interested in your offer into your funnel without Facebook realizing you're selling an opportunity. Then provide them with value and sell them on your opportunity through your follow-up. So that's just sort of what I just went through. Now, I talk about business manager. So if you have never placed a Facebook ad in your life, you won't have this issue because you wouldn't have got your ads account shut down. If you previously were posting ads like this, and perhaps in the past, and you have got your ads account shut down, you don't need to go and set up a fake Facebook profile and a new, to get a new ads account. You need to go into Business Manager, and it's I've got the site coming up, but Business Manager. So I don't know the website right now, but I'll let you know soon. You basically go in there and you can set up a new ad account through your current profile, even if your other ad account has been shut down. So it's a place where one or many people have access to business pages and ad accounts. Example, a person is providing services to place ads for businesses. They can manage all the different accounts from one business account. So basically, if you had you've got a business and say you've got lots of employees, all your employees can have a login and they can go in and they can access your ad account. Even though that's not what we're doing, we're pretty much the only people that work on it, unless you're quite a high-end business. This still can work for you, okay? So on Facebook's eyes, when you go in to set up your Business Manager account, having already had your old ad account shut down, you're setting up a new business. Your old ad account is redundant because you have given that business the flick, and you're setting up a new business, a legitimate business, not an MLM or make money from home like your last one. So I'm not trying to say that MLMs and network marketing isn't legitimate, because it is. It's completely legal. But in Facebook's eyes, they focus on the user experience. So they do not believe that it is in the interest of the user experience to be advertising any network marketing opportunities or any MLM or anything like that. So you cannot get people into your funnel in that way. So if you have had your ad account shut down, you'll need to set up a Business Manager account. You'll need a new credit card, one that's never been associated with another Facebook ad account before, and you'll need a new email address, preferably a paid email, and you'll need a new fan page. And you just go to business.facebook.com or type Facebook Business Manager into Google, and it's very, very simple to set up. You'll be able to, I'm not going to go through and show you now because we're running short on time, but you simply just type that in and you'll be able to go through, and it's really, really self-explanatory. Attach a new ad account to your new fan page, and basically go from there. And just, with what Shirley's taught you, she's taught you some awesome stuff, and if you could just take that all on board, think of a product, a free product that you can create that can go on the front end of your Facebook ads to get people in, and just focus on learning how to write really good copy. It's a really it's a skill that you need to learn if you're in online marketing. Really learn how to write good copy, and you sell people through email marketing. There will be the 1 or 2% that will buy on the front end straight away if you had a funnel like that, but generally people take 7 or 8 times of seeing a product or an opportunity before they jump on board. So you just need to focus on your email marketing, get that consistent daily emails, get your copy up to scratch, and that's pretty much what I have prepared for today. So I'm just going to stop sharing. Sorry if I sound a bit nasally. I've got a cold and my nose is a bit blocked. If anyone's got any questions, I know I didn't show you how to set up a business manager account. I can easily do that, but I just thought for this training it's a little bit in depth because some people won't even have ever done a Facebook ad, so they probably actually don't need to know how to do that stage yet. So I'm just going to leave that for now. But if anyone out there needs to know how to do that and you want me to record a 5-minute video or whatever, just private message me and I can do that. Simple as. So I'll pass it back to Nettie.
Wow, boy, did I learn a lot right there. So I'm sure you helped a lot of people out there tonight with that, Morgan, and Shirley too. Your training was amazing. So I want to give Zen a chance to chat up if she would like to.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Well, I actually, because I knew that Morgan and Shirley were going to cover Facebook advertising, I actually went more on the vibe thing. And, I wrote a couple notes, and I'm a little bit, right now, fading just a little bit. I've been up for a lot of hours, and I'm trying to, keep my energy high, and I'm kind of rolling with whatever. A little bit of jet lag. But, there's two reasons why people are attracted to your vibe. And that is they either resonate with your pain, which is what Shirley was talking about in making your ads. When you're watching other people, when you're scrolling, and you make your own posts, they're either resonating with your pain or your struggle story or just who you are. And the other reason is they want what you've got, whether that's your confidence, your vision, or your lifestyle, or all three. And it's probably resonating and wanting what you've got, because there's a little bit of all of that ball of wax thrown in, and this is part of your email marketing as well. As much as it's troubling to me to push pain points for people, they need to know that they're not alone in the pain and struggle that they're going through, that you've been there and you've come out on the other side, and here's what you've done with yourself, either through your energy. And when you talk about energy, it's what you're vibing, what you're giving out. And one of the things that I found is really attractive, whether it's Facebook ads, and I've yet to test this, I'm about to, but it's been really good for me on Instagram, is video. And also, when people opt in, I have a capture page, and people have told me, it slows down the amount of people that opt in when you put in phone number. But the truth is that people either want to see, know, like, and trust you through videos, and they want to have a conversation with you, especially if you're going to discuss an opportunity where they're going to be spending some money. They want to know who you are, what you're doing, what you're about, and are you vibing kind of a model of leadership, lifestyle, vision, and confidence that they're looking for? Because people either want what you've got, or they're resonating with what you've been through, or both, as I stated before. So if you get on the phone with them, or they see a video of you in an ad, which is really effective, because still photos are great, but video, when I do 15-second videos for Instagram, and I can say the same thing repeatedly with just different trees, different beach, different this or that in the background, and I always get opt-ins, because they're just seeing that, hey, I'm Zen, real name's Lillian, how are you? Here I am, what are you doing? Click on the link to find out how I'm at a waterfall in the middle of the day, or whatever. I've done it in a grocery store. So there's a lot of who are you and how are you doing what you're doing, and people want to know what that energy is about. How did you get there? How did you get to this place of feeling kind of peaceful, and they want to resonate with that. And I find that I get that a lot with PMs. How do you stay Zen like that? And I'll give you the quick story about how I got shanghaied on my way back from Hong Kong this weekend. Suddenly we're sitting on a tarmac, and They just announced, no reason at all, we're not taking off. We're third in line. We're not taking off for at least an hour. And I looked at my watch and I went, all right, that's cool. You know what? If we take off in a half an hour, I'll still get there in time for my next plane. And I did that every half an hour until I looked at my watch and I went, yeah, I'm going to arrive right when that plane takes off. Okay, that's not going to happen. So now what? And I got ticked off for a minute. And then I went, well, you know what? They didn't take off due to weather in Shanghai, so let me see what it's like when I arrive there. Maybe that plane got delayed. We don't know. So just stay happy and just enjoy your book and just keep going. And when I arrived, guess what? Weather had cleared and that plane took off. And there was very little English. So all I heard from this man was, miss flight, take bus, go hotel, pick up AM, fly, noon. And that's all I heard. And I went, okay, you know, I'm just going to roll with it. What else can you do? Nothing. And so that's exactly what happened. And then 30 hours later, here I am in Los Angeles, and I talked to a friend about energy this morning because I said, you know, it's funny, I've been up since 2:30 and I don't feel tired. And she said, well, maybe your focus, it's not about sleep, it's about where you're focusing your energy. And I was actually having a really good time kind of scrolling Facebook, looking at what other people were posting, and seeing what I could write for some copy, and I was playing around with some video and seeing which ones I wanted to keep and how to, you know, fix a few things. And I was interested in what I was doing, so therefore my energy was with it. And that's what I want to tell you. When you have energy that's focused and channeled in a really good way, people are attracted to that, and they kind of want a little bit of what you got there, because it's... On a daily basis, not everybody operates on a 10, as Nettie mentioned with those questions. And do I have time to quickly review those? Probably not. I'm going to say them real quick, though. How are you physically? How are you emotionally? And how good of a person are you? And where are you at 1 to 10 on that scale? And I try to keep myself between 7 and 10. And I'm going to end it right there so I can turn it over to Nettie or Erica. And thanks for listening, and peace.
You rocked, then. You rocked, and thanks for making it on. I know you're exhausted. But just so y'all know out there, Kristen, and before we went on, Kristen and Erica both said that, you know, if we run out of time tonight, it's okay, that they were observers and they were happy to do that. And, you know, I thank them. I thank them very much for that. But I hope you realized tonight, you should have, what kind of a tribe we've got going on here. I mean, not only did the three girls present majorly important information to you and training, and there's Zen just coming off of how many hours of a flight jet lag, she's here, and Kristen and Erica forfeiting their time, but they're here. We are a unit, we are a family, and we encourage each other. We boost each other's vibe. We unleash each other's vibe when we can't seem to get it going. So if you're looking for a tribe that is like that, man, would we love to have you. I can't tell you how they changed my world, how my world got rocked when I got into this tribe. So I just can't say it any better than that. So if you're looking for some guidance, some mentoring, some pat in the back, you know, encouragement, whatever, get on. Push that button now. It's right down below. Get started. And there's no better time than today. And on that note, I do want to add that if someone else invited you to this hangout tonight, get back to that person, okay, and talk to them a little bit more and find out what their tribe is like, or maybe they belong to our tribe, but for heaven's sakes, go back to them if they've invited you. But if you want to reach out and talk to anybody else on here, our names are all at the bottom, except for Kristen tonight, but we can tell you how to get a hold of her. And thank you again for coming. Don't forget to click the button to get started. We would love to have you on the team. And right now we got to go, but we'll see you back here next Monday, same time, same place, different topic. And we love you all, and have a wonderful, wonderful week. From you to you, from our tribe. Okay? Bye-bye.